Hey everybody. So I just wanted to make a quick video about this part of your math packet. I figured that this might give you guys some questions. I know a lot of you didn't get your packet until today. So feel free if you want to make this Tuesday, this Wednesday, this Thursday, and this Friday. Or if you wanted to wait until tomorrow, um, that way you have a full day. This can be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's up to you. The big purpose of this is just for them to get practice with facts. Um, a lot of the kids are in different places. In second grade, by the end of the year, you're supposed to be able to add and subtract fluently. That means quickly and correctly using mental strategies. So, not a whole lot of this and not drawing, but using this to answer facts within 20. So a lot of kids are in different places with that. And some of your kids I know will be struggling with this, and some this will be a strength for. So the biggest purpose of this is for you to get an idea of where they're at in relation to that standard, and for the kids to track their progress. So hopefully, as the week goes on and you practice the ones that they missed and the ones that they didn't get to with the strategies that I'm about to show you, hopefully we will start to see the amount they're able to do fluently increase. This is just something that just takes practice, but it's more than just timing and drilling. That's not how you master facts. So let me give you some strategies that we've taught this year. So, first of all, this was something that was taught to them last year. They've seen this before. So, 10 partners. Those are what parts come together and make 10. 3 and 7 is a 10 partners because both of those parts together make a whole of 10. Any parts that come together and make a whole of 10 are 10 partners. 5 and 5 are 10 partners. 6 and 4 are 10 partners. They have to know their 10 partners. They have to know their 10 partners to use place value correctly, because if you put enough ones together, you're able to make a 10. Another strategy and another set of facts that they should know by now is doubles facts. Doubles facts are the same number added together twice. So 5 and 5, 10 partner, but also double fact. 5 and 5 makes 10. If you know your doubles, you can use that to answer doubles plus 1 problems, which could be another set of facts that could help your child. If you know that 5 and 5 make 10 and you're given 5 plus 6, well, if you know the parts that could come together to make 6, like 6 and 0 make 6, 2 and 4 make 6, 1 and 5 make 6, 3 and 3 make 6. Which one of those pairs would be most helpful here? Hmm. Well, I know that 5 and 5 make 10, so I know that I can pull a 5 out of the 6 because 6 is bigger. So I do that. But if I do that, I got to know what's left over. 5 and 5 make 10. If I take 5 out of 6, there's only going to be one left because 6 is one more. So now I have a much easier problem. I have 10 plus 1, which is 11. And my favorite strategy to use is the make 10 strategy right here. If I get 9 plus 7, first of all, I can do this with 9. I can break apart 9 to make the 7 to 10, or I can break apart the 7 to make the 9 to 10. It's up to your child, whichever one works best for them. I just like breaking apart the number that's farther away from 10. I know because since numbers have relationships with each other, I know 9 and 10 are really close. They're really close because 9 is only one less and 10 is only one more. So I would rather make that a 10 since it's closer than the 7, even though the 7's still pretty close. So if I know my 10 partners, I know that that 9 needs one more to make a 10. So I'm going to break that 7 into a 1, and I have to know this other part too. I have to know 1 plus what makes 7. It's 6. So if I take 1 out of the 7 and give it to the 9, that makes 10, which is going to make this problem so much easier because adding to 10 numbers should be and is so much easier. So now with that 6 left, I just add it on to the 10, and that gives me 16 because I made one 10, I had 6 ones left over. 1 10 and 6 ones make 16. So these are the kind of strategies that your child needs to be practicing with you if they struggle on this. Now, I think the best way to practice with this are card games. I remember the beginning of the year, I made videos of the different card games that you could play with your child, like War and things like that. And I can make videos for those if you go back and search and can't find them, or if you ask me to. There's tons of ideas on the internet and different games that they can play for facts. But one of the things that we've learned in Amsty that's research proven are counting collections. And this should start in kindergarten and continue on even in the fifth grade, because the kids need to have a nice idea of amounts, what they are and what they look like and what's in them, to be able to do mental math. Like for you to be able to add and subtract within 20 using mental strategies, you have to have a really good idea of what 5 is and what 7 is to be able to add those together quickly and correctly. And one of the best ways of doing that is actually touching objects. So if you guys have like beans, marbles, tons of pennies, um, anything like little tiny Lego blocks, anything that can be counted, you can use. So I'm just showing you some pictures of what some look like. There, you don't have to have a fancy sheet like this one right here. See, this person was counting buttons, and it looks like they were putting them in groups of 10. So your kid, your student, your child, hopefully through doing at least one of these a day, will kind of get the idea of, hmm, it's a lot easier when I go back and count, and I have a better chance of being correct when I group everything into tens. Like instead of me counting by ones and not grouping them together, I lose my place. I may lose my train of thought and have to go back and start all over. But if I put them in groups of tens, I won't lose my spot as easily, and it'll be much easier to go back and count to check my work. Um, like in my class, I gave the kids cups, and a lot of them, without me even teaching this, realized that, hey, this is a lot easier when I can put these in the groups of 10. And then what they started doing is they were putting 10 cups with 10 buttons inside of each, grouping them into 100 because 10 tens make 100. See, them working with those objects and touching them, seeing them, and talking with each other and putting them in groups like this kind of help them get an idea of like what quantities, what amounts really are. So it's like here they have a nice image in their heads later on that they can use, like this is 100, this is 10. And there's tons of different ways that they can do this, but I mean, not only does this practice counting, which every child needs, but it also helps them with grouping. It helps them with place value. It helps them with counting patterns. So I mean, this is something that's very easy, that a lot of you can do at home with your child, that would hit a lot of different standards in math. Um, so that's something that I would recommend in addition to a lot of the card games that I posted earlier on in the year. So again, if you have any questions about anything, like I said on Class Dojo, I'm more than happy to help. Um, I'm going to try to make videos of different things that I feel like could be confusing, or maybe ideas on how I can help, and send those to you. I'm going to try to make a YouTube channel because some of these videos like this one are long and won't fit on Class Dojo. So for those of you that are able and want to watch, I would recommend that, and they're all there for you to be able to go back and rewatch as you need it. So if I can do anything to help, please let me know.